going through the depths of hell is why we could ascend to the level that we ultimately did. I get through the Wall Street experience, I get through business school, I quit my job, I'm going to start this fund. It takes me a year to raise the fund because I'm a 28-year-old with no experience. And frankly, in hindsight, people were smart to pass on that first fund. I hate to say it, but I did convince a number of individuals to back me in the first fund. And then we lost money. I mean, we just, and I say it was me. We had a team, but I take accountability for that because I was supposed to be the person who knew what I was doing. And we bought companies that didn't have moats and didn't have great management teams, things that now we understand a lot better, but it was awful. Now we're fundraising 23 years later, we're fundraising and I say, we had a tough first fund, but we learned a lot. It gets like one, maybe two sentences. It was 10 years. It wasn't one or two sentences. Like it was actually 11 years. We had to buy all those businesses. We had to work our way out of those companies, and we had to have that anchor of that track record around our neck for 11 years. So it wasn't like, it was a tough first fund, but hey, here we go. I mean, it was, and also, by the way, when you're in year 5, you don't know that year 23 is going to be great. All you know is, your only track record is horrible at that point. So it was brutal. I'm convinced we had to go through that though to get to the peak where we are now. In fact, we had our offsite last week, and one of my partners and I were just kind of observing, we stepping back at the big awards night, and we're kind of looking over this whole thing that we built and just feeling really proud. And we were saying, we were talking about that, and we were saying, we had to traverse through that. If you think about how most people start a private equity fund, there's like, let's say there's 2 people and they worked at XYZ massive fund for however long, and then they spin out and they're going to do it on their own. And their first fund is great, or not great. Let's say it's good. It's like above average. They never have anything compelling them to think, create, tear stuff down, start over, use their imagination, because they don't have to, And so they're gonna end up around like kind of average, maybe a little bit above average. For us, we took our whole thing down to the studs, and we had the humility that comes with that. And so everything has always been on the table for us. We've used our creativity and imagination, I would say, more than probably most firms in any industry. We schedule it, we prioritize it. It's a huge part of our culture, but it's been an absolute game changer for us.